Good midnight everyone, welcome back to your beloved Drawback chess speedrun series, the only series in the world with a perfect 100% win rate after years of videos. And without any further ado, let's get into today's content. First game was played at 7:28, normally it should have been 70:30 but I changed it to 70:28 for fun. I won't be explaining though. Leaps and bounds, you can't move a piece adjacent to where it was. Very difficult. Reveal drawback to opponent. E4. This is not the first time I've gotten this drawback, I've played these games before. This drawback is basically just eliminating my king and pawns, everything else doesn't get affected too much. Bishop c4. d6. Okay, that already creates the problem that I cannot easily develop my knight as it will get pinned and I will never be able to kick the bishop away. I'll develop the other knight first. g6. h4. Opening up my rook to support for knight h3, this way if bishop takes then my rook can make the recapture. f5. My opponent counter revealed. Leveling up, you can't capture a piece until you've captured its predecessor in the list. Pawn knight bishop rook queen king. I win. Queen h5. Okay, but it won't be too easy though, I cannot capture his king at a close distance, and of course he's not gonna let me take his king from far away, so my only practical choice is to capture all of his pieces and head to an endgame for a proper distant checkmate. I don't care about anything else, my queen must not die in this game. F takes c4. I cannot take the g-pawn, queen takes h7 instead. Bishop e6. That blunders a bishop. Queen f2. Aha! He's threatening queen takes f2, my king cannot capture due to the drawback, and then he can take my knight at a close distance so my rook also cannot recapture. Cannot let his queen come close. Knight h3. This way if queen f2 my knight can still take the queen. Knight c6. Queen takes c7. Actually when I rethink about it, it doesn't really matter though, as long as my queen is alive, literally anything he does is completely meaningless. d5. Knight takes d5. Queen takes h4. My knight is his next stop in the food chain, but I would be happy to trade my knight for a queen. Queen takes c5. Knight e7. Knight c7 check. King d8. Knight takes a8. There is no point in attacking his king though, he can just move the king closer and there is nothing I can do. Queen f6. Queen a5 check. b6. Queen takes a7. Rook takes h3. Rook takes h3. Queen takes e6. Okay, now wait. He has already reached the bishop in the food chain. I think it is time to play a bit more carefully. Rook back to h1. As long as he hasn't captured a rook, my queen is still completely invulnerable. Knight f5. Okay, so the easiest way to make progress is that I have to somehow combine creating distances and capturing pieces. Therefore, queen back to a3. Back and forth, back and forth. Bishop b7. Queen c3. Forking his bishop and knight, regardless I will be able to take one of them. Bishop back. Queen takes c6. The invincible queen is absolutely diabolical on an open board. Knight d4. Queen takes c4. Queen c6. That still blunders the queen. Knight takes c2. Queen takes c2. Bishop a3. I'll let him take the rook. Queen takes g6. Bishop takes b2. Rook h7. Bishop takes a1. Queen g8. A distant backrank checkmate in 1. This guy is pretty good though, but his drawback revealed is just too diabolical. But anyway, second game, let's go. Jumpy, when possible, you must move a piece that is being attacked. Absolutely impossible. Reveal drawback to opponent. My opponent counter revealed. Moving day. At the start of move 21 and onwards, your pieces can't be on your home row. Okay, it's not like I can last until then, so I won't even be bothered by it. e4. d5. Already my drawback is kicking in. Taking his pawn is definitely a terrible idea, as his queen is going to force a ton of piece to keep moving, and there won't even be a stopping point to that. e5 closing down the position. He still wants to trigger my drawback. I'll take. He takes f6. I've just realized that even at the starting position like this, he is actually threatening queen e7 check, which forces my king to bonk cloud and die. Heck, even if I block the king now with bishop e2, then queen e7 is still going to force me to move my bishop away and blunder the king. What kind of situation is this? Queen e2 is kinda forced. He doesn't even care. h3 is only asking to move the pawn again. Next move, h4 is kinda forced. Now he blocks the check. Ha! At least I can make him scared a little bit. b3. This is the only way to develop my dark bishop. h5. Bishop b2. Bishop g4. Queen b5 check. Alright, now we counter-attack. Queen e6 check. Wait. Is this checkmate? Holy chess, this is a real checkmate. Absolutely diabolical. I didn't even see this. Ha! Very cool. I'll say this guy totally deserves this. King e2 walking to his death. Alright, one win and one loss. It all comes down to this. Third game, let's go. Whites of their eyes, your capturing moves must be of distance 2 or less. My knights cannot capture them. Let's try to trade them down first. Reveal drawback to opponent. My opponent counter revealed. Stage fright. You can't move to the center 4 squares. Okay, never mind, I win. e4. e6. King e2. It is physically impossible to stop my king from reaching the center. Oh my god, I feel like cheating now. Queen h4. King e3. I still have to play properly to win though. Keeping the king in the center is just barely not losing the game. My opponent quit. Okay, this doesn't count. The game was too short that even reading the drawbacks takes more time than the actual gameplay. Another one. Second attempt at the 7100 rating points. Closed book. You lose if you ever start your turn while there's an open file. One with no pause. Very difficult. Reveal drawback to opponent. g3. My opponent counter revealed. Centralized command. You can only capture if you've moved your king in the last 3 turns. That sounds like the worst thing ever invented by the Homo sapiens. e5. Bishop g2. Queen f3. Knight h3. Aha! As you can see, I am obviously threatening queen takes f2. His drawback requires him to move a king to be able to capture. But if the king is the one that needs to make a capture, does the system consider that as a king move, or a capture, or a king capture, or will something else happen that I cannot even think of? There is only one way to find out. Queen takes f2. If his king takes my queen, then it's alright. I'll play the game without a queen. He cannot. That blunders the king in 3 different ways. I'll take both the king and the rook at the same time. Capturing 2 pieces in one move is a thing that only happens in drawback chess. Drawback chess speedrun today. 100% win rate.